Let me tell you something. Right now, in the heart of Madrid, something genuinely historic is unfolding on red clay. And if you blinked, you almost missed how it started. Not with a screaming winner down the line, not with a match-winning ace. It started with a photograph. One photograph that broke the internet and told the entire tennis world everything it needed to know about where this sport is heading. Welcome back, tennis fans, because today we are going all in on Alexandra Eala, the Filipino sensation turning the Caja Magica upside down, and the moment that ignited it all. Within the last 24 hours, one image has completely dominated sports media from Manila to Madrid. Donna Vekic, Croatian veteran, Olympic silver medalist, former Wimbledon semifinalist, posted a selfie with Eala. Simple enough on the surface, right? Two athletes, a smartphone, a smiling moment in the player lounge. But in professional tennis, nothing is ever just a photograph. That image was a statement, a torch being passed in real time. A decorated warrior from the established generation publicly pointing her finger at the future and saying, "This is the one." Tens of thousands of shares within minutes, trending globally, and a Filipino fan base, already hundreds of thousands, strong and deeply mobilized online, absolutely erupting with pride. To understand why this moment carries such extraordinary weight, we have to go back to where this rivalry was actually born. January 2026. Auckland, New Zealand. The ASB Classic. First round. The draw handed the tennis world a gift. Eala versus Vekic, right out of the gate. Vekic brought everything into that match. The pedigree of a seasoned campaigner. Devastating. Flat ground strokes. A competitive spirit that had carried her to the Wimbledon semifinals and an Olympic podium just months prior. She came out swinging, blitzed the first set 6-4, and for a moment, it looked like the young Filipino star was about to be handed a brutal lesson in the realities of the WTA Tour. Instead, what happened next was extraordinary. Eala did not crumble. She did not retreat. She reset, came out in the second set with her heavy left-handed forehand dictating every rally, broke early, and leveled the match at one set apiece, also 6-4. Then came the third. A war. A grueling physical mental grind that neither player was willing to surrender. Long baseline exchanges, crucial break points saved. Two competitors pushing each other to the edge of exhaustion. Eala held her nerve and closed it out. Another 6-4. Nearly 3 hours of tennis. A watershed moment for a young player who had just served notice to every locker room on the planet. This was no longer a talented kid collecting experience. This was a genuine threat. When you fight someone like that, when you share that kind of brutal, honest competition, what gets forged between you is real respect. The selfie in Madrid is the public face of something that has been quietly building in private since that Auckland evening. The veterans see Alexandra Eala coming, and they welcome her. Now fast forward to the present, the Caja Magica, the Madrid Open, one of the crown jewels of the clay court swing, and a tournament that wastes no time separating the genuine contenders from the players just hoping to survive the surface transition. Madrid plays differently from any other clay event on the calendar. The altitude thins the air. The ball moves faster through the court, the bounce kicks higher, and the physical and tactical demands are unlike anything players face in the Middle East or North American hardcourt season. You have to love the clay to thrive here. You have to understand it intuitively. Eala does. Because she spent formative years inside one of the most elite clay court training environments on earth, the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. She did not just practice on clay. She was shaped by it. She absorbed the geometry of point, construction, the patience required to stay in grueling rallies, the discipline to slide into position and reset rather than force, and her left-handed forehand, already a weapon under normal conditions, becomes something close to unplayable at Madrid's altitude. The ball kicks up above the strike zone of right-handed opponents and forces weak, defensive replies. It is a tactical nightmare for whoever stands across the net. What makes this clay campaign even more terrifying for the rest of the draw is what Eala has been doing behind closed doors. Reports from Mallorca earlier this spring confirmed she had been sharing practice courts with none other than Iga Swiatek, the dominant force in women's tennis, a multiple Roland Garros champion, the absolute gold standard of clay court. Excellence. Training against a player of that caliber does not just improve your tennis, it recalibrates your entire understanding of the game. You feel the weight of a world #1's ground strokes. You learn how champions manage energy across a long season. You see what elite tactical preparation actually looks like up close. Eala has absorbed all of it, and what we are watching in Madrid is the direct output of that preparation. She is not here to participate, she is here to win. And then there is the cultural dimension of this story, because it genuinely cannot be overstated. Alexandra Eala is doing something to women's tennis that has never quite been done before. The Philippines is a nation of over 100 million people, historically passionate about basketball, fiercely devoted to boxing. Tennis was not their sport until she made it one. When Eala plays, it is not simply a tennis match being streamed across Southeast Asia. It is a national event. Over 200,000 engaged fans actively tracking her matches in real time. Social media engagement that rivals the tournament's own marketing footprint. Brands noticing, broadcasters taking note, tournament directors suddenly realizing that booking Eala is not just good sport, it is a business decision. Donna Vekic, for her part, has never been shy about the WTA's uneven approach to promoting its players across different markets. When she posted that selfie, she was doing more than sharing a friendly moment. She was directing her own platform, her own global following, squarely toward Eala and saying, "Look, pay attention. This girl is the future." You cannot engineer that kind of organic endorsement. No marketing budget creates it. It is earned, and it carries the weight of genuine authenticity. Of course, the pressure that comes packaged with all of this would break lesser athletes entirely. Being a prodigy is hard enough. Being the sole flag bearer for an entire nation's tennis ambitions, carrying the hopes of millions of fans who have invested their passion into your every match, that is a different category of burden. Every double fault gets scrutinized. Every loss spawns dramatic reactions. Every win raises the bar impossibly higher for the next match. And yet, watch Eala off the court. She moves through the media, the fans, the autograph lines, the selfie requests with this remarkable, disarming composure. She smiles genuinely. She is warm and engaged and present. Then she steps onto the red clay, and something shifts. The warmth does not disappear, but a laser-sharp, almost ruthless competitive focus overlays everything. She is here to compete, and she competes to win. That duality, the gracious ambassador and the fierce warrior, is exactly the combination that produces generational sports stars. It is not manufactured. It is simply who she is. Madrid is just the opening chapter of what promises to be a thrilling European clay swing. Rome follows, the Internazionale Biennale d'Italia, a WTA 1000 event on slower, heavier clay that will demand a completely different tactical approach and another test of physical recovery between tournaments. Then the calendar points, as it always must, toward Paris. Roland Garros, the pinnacle of clay court tennis and the ultimate survival test in the sport. Given everything we know, her academy background, her comfort on the surface, her growing confidence, her elite training block with the world's best, Eala is rapidly positioning herself as a genuine dark horse for a deep run in Paris. Thabao? Philippines will be watching. The world will be watching. But above everything else, beyond the rankings, the prize money, the viral moments, and the streaming numbers, What Alexandra Eala is doing for this sport is something simpler and more powerful than any of that. She is bringing joy, real, genuine, infectious joy. She is reminding us that behind the fierce competition, inside the relentless grind of tour life, there is a community of extraordinary athletes who genuinely respect and root for each other. A moment like that selfie with Vekic, spontaneous, warm, and deeply meaningful, is a gift to everyone who follows this game. Alexandra Eala is not just playing tennis. She is writing the next chapter of it. Her left-handed brilliance, her tactical intelligence, her star power both on and off the court. These are not temporary storylines. This is a player building something that will last. We will be here every step of the way. Thank you for joining me for this deep dive. If you found value in this breakdown, leave a like, drop your thoughts in the comments. How far do you see Eala going in Madrid? What is your prediction for Paris? Let the conversation run. Share this with a fellow tennis fan who needs to know this story. Subscribe so you do not miss a moment of what is shaping up to be an unforgettable clay court season. Until next time, keep watching the red dirt. The best is absolutely still to come. Still to come.